Now, I've been around some horrible ass people. I've been around some of the worst. I've seen them all. But pudding. Yo, this chapter of One Piece, the emotions right now that are going through me, I'm not gonna lie, my favorite scene that just absolutely broke my fucking heart, my wee little heart was destroyed, was when we seen Sanji in the rain, yet again crying. He got snot coming down his nose, and he's trying to light a cigarette, and you can tell that he is in pieces right now after all that shit. Like, you've seen, if you've ever been around the world, or, you've ever been around some shorties, you've seen how when merciless bitches talk shit, how they can be or whatever. Now, just imagine the merciless ass, fucking thought ass, nasty ass bitches is talking shit about you, and you actually cared about one of them. Like, the things she was saying, like, mocking him, let's get married, like, and then saying how when she pulled off his mask, because all of those intimate details are what made Sanji just say, fuck it all, I'm gonna love this girl, I'm gonna marry this girl, this is my savior. Those intimate details, when she pulled off the layer of his mask and he was all fucked up and beat up, and she said, yeah, it's alright, and she was comforting to him and shit like that. Those were the intimate details. And when she was saying there, oh yeah, I pulled off the mask and he was so ugly, and I'm like, now there's a theory going on out there. There's the theory that, yeah, Pudding is a great actress, but the thing she's doing right now is fooling Sanji and fooling us. Because there's a theory that she actually knew, because remember when Sanji went to the door in the last chapter and said, yo, let me in, I want to speak to her, and the door kept on saying, piss off, lad, go away, no, you're not going in there, that Pudding was alerted that Sanji was there, and then ultimately that he went to the garden to listen in, and she was putting on a performance for Sanji's sake. Now what I mean by that is, she's saving him the grief of something happening or whatever, and she's lying to him right there so that way he cannot give a fuck. Now if that theory has any validity to it, then okay, but right now, right this second, fuck Pudding, easily one of my most hated females in all of One Piece, if not the most hated female in One Piece, because you making Sanji, like, Sanji has been through some shit. They was starving. Him and Owner Zeph was starving. He's been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? What his family put him through back in the day as a little kid, locking him up in a cage, treating him like shit, making fun of him. He's been through some shit, but you're gonna make him cry. You made him cry as an adult after he already got past that. He found his friends, his nakama, the fucking straw hats, everything. Life was alright. I could rant all motherfucking day, but of course I know y'all don't want to see my ass just here cursing out Pudding and shit like that, but I just gotta say, Pudding, you musty mouth ass nasty fucking whore, you are easily fucking, as of right now, I can't really think of anybody else that is a female in One Piece that I hate more than Pudding, so she takes the fucking cake as the most hated One Piece female character. Fuck that nasty musty mouth whore bitch. Now let's carry on with the review. I ain't gonna lie, Brook impressed me yet again in this chapter. Like, first of all, the fact that he's there talking to Big Mom, like, you already gotta have some balls of steel to not just curl up in a ball and cry, you know what I'm saying? This fucking Big Mom, one of the 4 Yonkos right there. So I already give props to him. But then when he was actually talking like, nah, I'm gonna break it down for you right now. Yeah, we want to save Sanji. Worst case scenario, he's not gonna be with us or whatever, but I'm gonna get this robe poneglyph. I'm gonna get this shit right now. So he's already making strong, bold claims again in front of Big Mom. So much hype, so much fucking impressiveness from Brook right there, just alone. But then that line, because we always forget that Brook is older than all these motherfuckers. He was dead for a long time. He's older than Big Mom. To him, Big Mom is a little girl. So when he said this line, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, Brook, why are you so badass right now? What are you doing to me? You're too badass. When he said, young lady, what fool would ever plan to die, with that serious expression, yo. that was hype right there. Honestly, this chapter of One Piece, again, is similar to last week's chapter of One Piece, where it was able to invoke so many emotions out of me. I mean, it broke me down with the Sanji stuff. Like, it just flat out broke me the fuck down. Then I felt admiration, seeing Brook just standing there like, this bitch is one of the strongest people in the world right now. If she wants, she can fucking break you in half like a pretzel and fucking wipe her ass with your bottom half and eat your other half. Like, this bitch is serious shit. So I felt nothing but admiration. Like, that's one fucking boss-ass motherfucker right there. Then we had the standard 2 pages of filler. What I feel like is filler with Chopper and Carrot. Didn't really care for those pages yet again. It's like, oh, which mirror? Like, just get to the fucking mirror already. Like, Oda, honestly, that's the one thing I say we don't need to see. Like, we don't need an update every single chapter that, yeah, Chopper's still running around. Like, that's the one thing about these chapters that is absolutely unnecessary. Does it destroy the chapter? Absolutely not. It's just like 2 pages, whatever, but it is filler. Flat out, it is filler. Like, I would have rather had more scenes of getting me enraged about yapping them fucking gums than seeing just Chopper running. Oh, where's the mirror? I don't fucking know, Chopper. Just find the goddamn mirror, you fucking reindeer cunt. Okay, maybe that was a little bit harsh, reindeer cunt, but just fuck it. Find the fucking mirror. And we found out Pudding's ability, which I think is going to be very key and vital to the future of this arc and potentially what's going to happen with some of our favorite characters, because her ability, the Mem fruit, basically to edit and snip, it's almost like she's a human fucking Photoshop, but to the mind. She can pull out your memories, cut out what she don't want, which is actually interesting. I think that's going to have whoever she uses it on some very important factor into their life. Well, you got to think, because somebody like Luffy, for example, let's just say he's passed out and she pulls out his memories and tries, he's gonna say, yo, I don't give a fuck about my memories. You can have them all. I know I live for today, and that's something that I've always loved about Luffy. Like, whenever somebody's telling a backstory, he'll be rude as fuck and fall asleep, and it's not that he's a dick, it's that none of that shit matters. It happened. Let's move on. Let's live for right now. Let's look forward to the future. Fuck that shit. So I think at some given point that is going to have a major factor. I don't know if like one of our favorite characters is going to have their memories cut, or maybe Sanji is going to have his memory cut of the heartbreak of what she did. Something there that's going to play a vital key. Although, did you notice that in the same page when she revealed her powers, Sanji wasn't there anymore. He already had left the garden. Like, he's going to be a changed man after this arc. Sanji is going to be very different. I don't see him after this one just continuing, yes, I love you, to all the ladies and shit like that. Sanji is going to be changed 110% after this. And I think nothing really that I think in particular. Fuck you, Pudding. I'm going to keep saying it. You're a fucking cunt. And then, of course, our favorite Straw Hat of them all, Luffy, is fucking ripping his arms off, bleeding all over the place. I'm going to get out of here. And then they're going to torture Nami. So that scene right there, it was like a carryover from, of course, last chapter, and then we got that conclusion, which we need to talk in depth a little bit, just a little bit, about Jinbei. Him showing up and saving them, but honestly, maybe it's just me, but I felt as though to a certain degree, maybe I might be reaching, maybe I'm reaching, who knows, yo, ForneverWorld, what are you doing reaching, pa? But I think there was a slight change to his demeanor. Now, mind you, he had to give something up when he was on the fucking wheel and Big Mom was like, alright, I'll cut you loose. We'll see what you're gonna cut for me. So there was something there he had to give up. And, I mean, physically, he has his 2 eyes, he has his 2 arms, he has his 2 legs. I mean, he has the big gown on him. I don't know, maybe she took his balls. Maybe that changed him internally. But I think possibly maybe she could have taken his heart. And he's still running as far as, like, you know, living, but she took his heart using her power, so maybe he's not that much like he used to be. Something there internally is different about Jinbei. I felt like it didn't feel like the same old, like, Jinbei is gonna give you a hug and a smile or some crazy shit. Like, there was something a little bit different about Jinbei there, so I'm kind of curious what it was that Big Mom took from him at the end of that thing, because you could see that even though he's saving Luffy and Nami, there was just something off, I felt. And maybe I'm completely off the mark or whatever, but I just felt like maybe she took something internally, whether it be his emotions, his heart, something along the lines of that. And with all that being said, honestly, this chapter of One Piece, yet again, like I said, it invoked a lot from me, and I would honestly say at the very least, it's a good chapter, a very good chapter. I would say 8 out of 10, maybe even 8.5 out of 10. Between the scenes of Pudding yet again, I think this is one of the most angriest times I've ever felt for a character Like, I don't think I've ever really felt this angry, because even if, like, the Celestial Dragons was talking shit about stuff and, you know, we had these characters, these nasty motherfuckers, it's like, there's a rarity. Like, maybe only in the Whitebeard War, I would argue, okay, Akainu, I really wanted to rip that motherfucker's neck off. Like, there's a few other instances, but I never quite felt this emotionally attached to the scene until Pudding. So yeah, the Pudding scene, let me know what you guys thought. Was this one of the most impactful, most tragic moments for you personally reading the One Piece manga? I mean, in the present day, there's not that many moments, I would say, that on a more intimate and personal, fucked up emotional level has it really been that bad. So I gotta say that. What are your thoughts on it? Also, what do you think about Brooks' declaration to Big Mom, having them fucking giant balls of steel? What do you think about Jinbei? Do you think there's something different about him? Did Big Mom cut out his heart or his emotions or something like that? And do you think that Pudding's ability, the Mem no Mi, or the memory fruit, or memory, whatever the fuck you want to call it, do you think that that's going to be played vitally in the later parts of the story or whatever? Like, maybe she's going to cut out Luffy's memories, or maybe she's going to cut out Sanji's memory of this, which, I mean, I don't want that to happen, just because, again, it's going to serve for better character development for Sanji. Like, as much as I want him to forget this shit, because it's like, that's our boy, that's our character, we've been rocking with him for years upon years, ultimately it's going to make him a stronger person, and he's not going to fall for these thoughts no more. These thoughts are not going to be able to finesse Sanji's emotions anymore. So I think we need to leave that intact, no matter how bad it hurts. And your world thoughts the chapter. Honestly, bro, Sanji, it's alright, man. We'll go for drinks later. We'll talk about the thoughts. We'll talk about how nasty and disgusting they are. Don't worry, bro. We'll be alright. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Pudding. I never thought I'd say this. Kill yourself.